Update 1.9.6 is here, and there was a lot of changes that came to the Frag Pro Shooter world. Were these changes good? Were any of them useful? Has the meta changed at all? Did those pesky characters get nerfed? And what other new and adventurous things are coming for us in the Frag Pro Shooter arena? All these questions will be answered by the end of this video, and there is so much to cover, guys. So before we end the video, I need you guys to do me one huge favor. I need you to remember to like, comment, and subscribe, as it really does help me out and drives me to make more and better content as the seasons go on. Now, that being said, we're not going to waste any time, and we're going to get into the video. A new champion approaches the arena. The rare attack card, CyberAgent. Now, this is CyberAgent, guys. He has a ton of statistical breakdown here for you, so let's get into it real quick. Base damage of 30, ammo of 45, reload time of 2.1 seconds, fire rate of 450, weapon range of 44 meters, headshot multiplier of 1.4. The ultimate ability of this card is Pulsar Shield. It deploys a shield pulsing at regular intervals, slowing and weakening enemies in front of you. It is a mobile Mechanite shield, guys. It is strong. Duration 7 seconds, ability cooldown of 12 seconds, damage of 1.5, and slow effect of 0.5. Frag powers. The main weapon reload time is reduced by 40%. That's your first frag power. Your second frag power is the ability duration increased by 4%. 4 seconds. 4 seconds makes a 12-second ultimate ability. That is ridiculously strong. He can be unlocked in the CyberAgent events and at tier 36 and or 72 in the Frag Battle Pass and Frag Battle Pass Pro. And now we are going to move into the buffs and nerfs that are on this update. Buffs and nerfs coming to the arena. First buff we're going to be talking about is Crystal. They went overboard with this buff. Ice Sand increased damage by 30%, increased fire rate by 80%, increased slow by 11%, Stalactite dive or whatever you want to call it, increased the dive damage by 70%, increased stun duration by 1%, and decreased cooldown by 2 whole seconds. This card went from being good to being absolutely broken in the Frag Pro Shooter game space, and I'm not sure how I feel about it. The reason they quoted for buffing Crystal the way that they did is as followed. Crystal was far behind in Arena 11 and more. The lack of damage and control compared to her health was too big. We increased our offensive statistics so the Winter Angel can compete with other heroes. They went overboard. But let's move into the next one. Our next buff comes in the form of Lollipop. She received another substantial buff to her gameplay in Frag Pro Shooter, and it looks a little something like this. General increased HP by 14%. This was needed. Magical Candy Rod increased fire rate by 12.5%, increased max ammo by 17%, decreased reload time by 20%, increased HP by 14%, and increased damage by 13%. And the Jelly Spring will now be easier to hit enemies with enemies with Jelly Spring. So they did remove the homing feature this card had in the testing, which is good. They needed it. The reason they cited for doing this, Lollipop's ability is very powerful movement-wise, but it was hard to use for unexperimented players. Also, her kit was too weak overall compared to the fraggers in her arena. Very interesting change they made to Lollipop. She is definitely much better than she used to be. She's going to be an A-tier hero right now in Frag. And let's move into the next character. The next buff that came to the Frag Pro Shooter arena is in the case of Captain Polar. Now, this card really needed a buff. Unfortunately, I don't know if the buff actually fixed the problem with this card. The increased fire rate by 17%, laser bolts increased fire rate by 17%, and increased duration by 13%. The reason cited for this change was Captain Polar's ability is a bit too difficult to use effectively. In theory, while continuous shooting allows up to 11 shots, but in reality, it seems the challenge to get more than 4 to 5. Increasing duration as well as the fire rate a bit should make it more efficient. Unfortunately, this did not change the fact that the ultimate ability does not function properly. The issue is that most players just can't use a sniper. That's at the end of the day. You have to either give a lot of aim assist when using the sniper, or make it a hit scan as opposed to a bullet travel sort of a deal. Anyways, let's move on to the next character. The next buff that came to the Frag Pro Shooter arena comes in the form of DJ Equalizer. He received a pretty substantial buff. General increased walking speed by 8%, this was needed. Electro Cannon increased max ammo to 12, increased damage by 20%. And the Drop the Beat, it has now an AoE that will make players dance if they walk on it. After it was created, the effect stun and recovery when shot will be shorter than taking the effect on impact. Honestly, the ultimate ability change is a good thing, but I still don't see the fix with the real problem with DJ Equalizer, which was the way in which he delivers his damage. He's a lot like Frisbee in the sense that his projectiles take way too long to be effective and or efficient in a fast-paced match in Frag Pro Shooter. Overall, the changes are a step in the right direction, but really don't change this card's grade. He's still a B-tier hero, even though the ultimate ability has improved. They just need to get that firing correct for this character to be viable in the current game in Frag Pro Shooter. Now, with that being said, let's move into the nerfs that came our way. First up on the nerf list, we have the long-awaited Jaeger nerf, and it goes a little like this. Ectoplasm Bolter, decreased max distance by 14%, decreased heal effect by 25%, decreased max ammo from 50 to 40. That is very noticeable. Release the Spectres. Ghosts will now only target one opponent each. Decreased ghost damage by 15% and decreased ghost heal by 11%. While these changes are noticeable, guys, this card still has excellent survivability, and realistically, he may not be an S+ tier character anymore, but he's still going to fall in that high A tier of the game. He has excellent survivability still, does good damage, and is very hard to kill, especially if you're good at tracking your opponents. Overall, the reason for this change is pretty obvious. This card was broken and could 1v5 an entire team if played correctly. Now, that being said, we're going to move into our second nerf. Alrighty, guys, so the next nerf is AO, and you guys had to have seen this one coming. Rengoku, the primary weapon, decreased damage by 9% and decreased maximum ammunition from 7 to 4. This is making him much more playable, and he's not necessarily going to melt your entire squad with one clip. The ultimate ability Ground Slam can't touch enemies several times anymore. This is what was causing the one-shot bug that you're encountering with this character. I'm glad that has been fixed. Increased cooldown by 40%, also a good buff. This was by far the best change that happened to the Nerfs and Bucks session of this particular, because we all knew AO was very, very strong, and honestly, in some people's minds, he was broken. I agreed he was very strong, don't know about broken, but now let's move into the new events that are coming to Frag. What's new? Events. Now, guys, there was many event changes that are coming up here for this particular update for Frag, and the first of which, probably the biggest, is Race to the Top. It's a brand new event that will allow you to enter a unique bracket and face off against 50 other players with the same arena and trophy level as you. Basically, it's a more balanced matchmaking. The higher in the leaderboard you are, the better your rewards will be, including brand new implant chests for some of the brackets. You need to be at least top 3 on the leaderboard to have a worthwhile reward, so you guys have to grind to get those prizes. You will need tickets in order to play the event. Each battle consumes 1 ticket, but winning the game will give you back 1 ticket, meaning you won't lose any tickets, so basically just win. Players that reach 50,000 trophies at least once will be placed in their own dedicated special bracket. Interesting note here, the Race to the Top event can only be played online. You cannot play this event offline. Make sure you get into it. This is going to be a chance for you guys to play against people at the same level. This is something we've been asking for from Frag for a very long time, and it looks like we're finally getting something in the way of this. Now, with that being said, it's going to move us into the second big thing that's going on in the Frag world, and this one I am a little bit confused about because I'm not sure entirely how I feel, and that is auto mode. Basically, a few people will be getting a chance to experiment with this. Randomly selected players will be able to try this mode, meaning that the AI will take over and play the game by itself. While you will be able to watch the game and give your orders to your squad, you will have to click on the new grade auto button if you want to go back to auto mode. Basically, if you look in the lower left-hand corner below the map, you can see auto. But clicking on that, the AI takes over and you have to issue towers and watch what they do. This can be a good way, guys, for you to practice your AI and see what they are doing. Note, the auto mode is also a great way for our team to study and improve our AI's behavior. This is something that we've wanted also with Frag. I just hope that this is not going to cause people to use the auto glitch that's going on right now where the AI ignores you whenever you're facing against other AI. Hopefully that is not the actual problem, and if it isn't, this is an excellent opportunity to actually improve the AI in Frag. That moves into the next thing. This is probably the part that you guys all want to know about, and that is Cyber Fight, or Cyber Fight Night with CyberAgent. Basically, it's the same rules as Ladies Fight Night with Piper Reese, and you have to build your lineups, win the matches. 12 wins unlocks you CyberAgent. Honestly, guys, this is not super difficult. I would recommend you guys get into it and really kind of unlock this character. I do think he's very strong, and I think that you guys will enjoy him. He is a rare card, and remember, you need to unlock him in the event to play him in a chest. So get on that, guys, and get yourself CyberAgent, as you will enjoy his particular style of gameplay. Now, with that being said, there's another new feature coming to 1.9.6, and that is they have changed progression. Basically, they've balanced out the amount of trophies you win and lose whenever you play a match in Frag. So for you guys that are on lower level arenas and you're facing those high level guys and you lose all those trophies, it is now going to be more balanced. You can see a trophy gain per loss per arena is almost the same, except you lose more trophies the higher arena you are. So if you're a lower arena and you face one of those high level dudes, you will not lose as many. This is excellent on their part. And then you will also notice trophy game per the league is also this much different and honestly better in my particular opinion. Now, that being said, we have the return of a favorite, a fan favorite. You guys voted on it. That is right, Halogen is coming back to Frag Pro Shooter, but it has been reskinned with the Cyberverse going on all around it. This is a very good map from Frag. It plays very well, and honestly, I think that this is an excellent play to bring this back. I do hope they bring back Waterfalls in the near future, as that was my favorite map in Frag history, but this is a very good map as well, and you guys selected it, so it can't be that bad. Honestly, this is a fun map to play on. Be sure to play on them with the Frag Powers and the CyberAgent events, which will be coming up this upcoming season in Frag Pro Shooter. Now, let's get into the bug fixes. There was a lot of them. They fixed a bug on the Frag Pass main menu where time left was not correctly displayed. They fixed the Wonder Token events tokens are now currently displayed on the defeat screen. Fixed trophies are now displayed correctly in player descriptions on Celebrity tab. They also fixed the chest information showing up behind other pop-ups. They fixed cinema mode issues with tablets. This was only on the iPad, guys. If you don't have an iPad, you probably did not encounter this. They fixed the regen implant, now gives you HP every 5 seconds as opposed to every second. Frag Pass perks menu is not showing the correct rewards, is now shield sometimes not set. So they fixed the respawn bubble, guys. We've been asking for that. Tickets won in Street Frag and skirmishes are now free tickets. Healing packs earned will free spins are now free healing packs. Winter events win are now reset. A new day starts. Basically, you reset every time you have to do it. New, you can now skip the animation for card upgrade. This was a nice change, guys. And there was a few other things with this particular update to check out. I will post a link to the patch notes in the description down below. Please feel free to do that. Now, I'm going to go over basically what I think of this update. The buffs and nerfs on this update were not good. The best one was AO. Crystal's buff went way over the top, and she is going to be broken strong. Lollipop's buff is okay. It is a little on the strong side, but honestly, for what Lollipop is, I think it's an alright move to make. As far as the other one goes, DJ, you're not going to notice it. AO, that was a hit. Honestly, he feels alright. Nice little change there. Jaeger buff, also decent. Nerf, sorry, decent. But overall, the buffs and nerfs were kind of low grade, but the other changes were huge. Hope you guys enjoyed. Stay safe, and I will see you Legends next time.